Ladies, gentlemen, let the show begin. Alright, do you like video games? And I know you do. What about entertainment? We got that to video game. I'm not a video game. Video game. Oh no, what's the name? Video Game Armada. This is the one Ron the Gamer Boss Bronze coming back to you with part 5 of our Rise of Iron coverage on Video Game Armada, featuring me and AUG. Yes, AUG, the Alliance of Unified or United Gamers. They are here for you to watch your back and have fun with in Rise of Iron, apparently. Well, not just, but mostly a Rise of Iron right now, because it's the hottest game, and we're playing it, and we're having a good time. So last time we left off, tried to do one of the not raids. That's coming, though. We tried to do one of the strikes, but for me, it didn't quite work so hot because, system glitches, that sort of thing, which is unfortunate. It's good to be console, but some days are better than most. Some days are not as good as most days are. Anywho, we're now surfing around, having fun in the Plaguelands, doing random missions and the like. And look at my big axe hammer going to town on these scrub nuts. They're going down like you wouldn't believe. And I don't know if I said this on camera, but I actually discovered that the awesomeness of this flaming axe hammer thing is that the trick is that I don't think it's the newest weapon of you could keep for yourself that's not temporary. This flaming axe hammer is more like the Scorch Cannon or the Volt Camo or the Void Cannon that's sometimes the Fallen drop, and I'm okay with that. But the trick to this weapon is that it's an enhanced melee. It doesn't have a block like your swords, which is unfortunate, but it can't be like all powerful and be all defensive. No, otherwise people would never go down with this bad boy. The trick is that it's a berserker style weapon, meaning that in order to keep it around, you gotta keep chopping away at enemies. It recharges its ammo ticker. You can see how it's counting down. That means that it's about to disappear in about 12 seconds on the count. And then you say, hey, you better get chopping or you're gonna lose the hammer. But since there's no more enemies left, well, actually, it disappeared early. So never mind on that. But the point is, keep chopping enemies. You'll have that bad boy longer. Now, another trick to the flaming axe hammer is that if you see any Rise of Iron fire pits, they're not very big, but they're, on fire, and they have the Rise of Iron symbol on it, you could actually recharge those axes there, so you can keep them longer in the fight. I didn't know that until, I was watching some playthrough video of other people playing the Rise of Iron, and discovered that and said, oh, that's neat. So I wanted to impart the knowledge to all of you, because you guys are awesome and I'm awesome, so we can all be awesome together. Plus, learning new stuff every day means it's a very good day. Anywho, I'm checking out all my stuff here, what to do. We got most of this. Well, I got most of that, special missions covered, but I'm always ready to do more. And of course, AUG. Jay McDill and Crazy Rabbit, always there to help me out, and in turn I help them out with my wild madcap antics and my shooting arm. So it's a simpatico relationship. And the Plaguelands, like I said before, is fantastic and wonderful right now. We're inside a creepy, dilapidated building full of old Cosmodrome tech mixed with SIVA. But now, bam, outside, where anything from any range can possibly kill you. Fortunately, we cleared out this area because we're awesome and we don't like surprises. I mean, I do. I love surprises. I was hoping there would be more surprises outside right now, but I suppose you can only get so many respawns at so many moments. Now, what Crazy's doing right here is he's showing us where all those one of the SIVA nodes are. Now, if you don't know, the new SIVA nodes are like the what are they called? Those stupid calcified fragments from Taken King. I mean, I love Taken King, don't get me wrong. A lot of that stuff is fun, but the calcified fragments were not one of them. No, It's like, give something for the explorers. That's fine. But they could have made it a little bit easier. And also, they could have made it less than 50 freaking calcified fragments you have to find to complete your, like, year... what is it? Year 2? Or is it year 6? No. Year 2 Book of Triumph for the Taken King. I wasn't able to because finding all those calcified fragments required not only a lot of, like, running around and finding things, which is fine, but you also have to do that on various nightfalls, various parts of the raid. Who's got that to do? I mean, technically I could have done it if I didn't drag my feet, but when it was go time and I wanted to crunch it all up and just get it all done, I couldn't even get it all done because it's practically impossible when you're the last person to do it and there's no one else willing to help you out. I mean, AUG will help me out, but they're in the same boat as me. So, you know, it's not that easy to get all that stuff if no one's got all that stuff and knows how to get all that stuff without being ready to get all that stuff. You're understanding what I'm saying, right? Probably not, but that's what I'm sticking with here. So, yeah. Forget calcified fragments. It's all SIVA nodes now. And fortunately, the good people at Bungie learned their lesson about throwing like 50 of these weird calcified fragments in, like 50 of anything to just hunt down is a real pain. So now you only have to do 15. I'm gonna have to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it's 15 of the dormant SIVA nodes. And quite frankly, anything that's not Hive related or Taken related is just cooler by default. So now we're in the new Archon based area where, you know, it's like if you cross between the 1950s steel mills of Pittsburgh with the blackened skies of Detroit, or of probably 1930s Detroit, then that's the new Archon area. But forget that, I'm going somewhere else apparently, because we got to kill a Hive target. And yes, again, like I said in the previous video, Hive are still a thing, and we now know why, because the Splicers keep stealing, well, the Hive, experimenting on them, turning into monsters, or using their genetic code to further their own SIVA control. Who's to say? If it wasn't for the fact that it's pretty bad for us if they find out what they're going to do with the Hive, with SIVA, then I would say, hey, you guys have at it. You guys kill each other. I don't care. But we can't have that, because sooner or later they'll just, like, turn around and try to kill us again. Like they always do, the Forces of Darkness. They never learn their lesson. So in this one mission on the Plaguelands, we had to kill this wizard. Not very new, because you do that on Taken King or anywhere else, really. But again, you get to travel around seeing all the new goodies of this new DLC. New landscapes and like. And again, I hate to keep gushing about it, but I really like the Plaguelands. I really, really do. And it's always best to go with a crew, so you know this place is vast. It could be a little lonely without some company. And I've got the best company in the world, AUG. Yes, AUG. The Alliance of Unified Gamers. Or that's AUUG. Now I'm just changing them from AUG to AUUG. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you probably don't, but I'm still. Anywho, next mission. I wasn't paying attention. So we're going back to... Wait for it. I'm sure it will show us as soon as we get to that part in the screen where it tells us this next location. To make sure I got the naming right, just go this round to Benny. Yep, the Archon's Keep. We're back. And we're doing stuff here because this is... Okay, localize and analyze the anomaly. So sometimes this bad boy is, well, in different zones. I wanted to get it in this zone for some reason. I think it was part of the bigger quest that I have at the Archon's Keep. But for the most part, it's been irritating because it keeps sending me to different zones, and I can't complete the greater mission if I can't analyze it here. But fortunately, with AUG's help, I think we got it solved. As soon as we deal with these things trying to murder us. I saw that dropship and said, oh, reinforcements, I want to fight that, but I gotta stay focused, unfortunately, because if I keep fighting just these jobbers all day, then nothing's going to get done, we're not going to have any fun, and all that. And now as we move to the Archon's Keep, everything seems, familiar for the Fallen tech. You got your weird glowy balls, you got your oblong stairs, things that look like submarine and stuff. Now, the Archon Forge, that is the newest area of the DLC. This place is just like the Court of Oryx, but instead of lame-o monsters, you summon weird SIVA-based monstrosities thanks to the Splicers, and you show how a big bad dude you are. Now, I don't know if it's in this video or the next, but trust me, we definitely get down with the Archon's Forge. I wanted to do it right away, but I think we had to keep doing the scan the thing mission, so I said, no, I want to do this. Oh wait, and I do, yay, yes. Sometimes you being a big whiny baby, you do get what you want. So basically, they spawn out things for you to kill, and if you kill it in a nice, tidy, quick-like manner, you get awesome things as a reward to prove that you're the big dog in the Archon house. Now, unlike Court of Oryx, where everything is more or less in one generalized area where you could just avoid not dying just by standing in a few spots, and being lucky helps too. In the Forge, well, it's not quite as what's the word? Straightforward. There's a lot of windy bendy, and these Splicer fools come out of every nook and cranny. If you don't watch out, you can get yourself real hurt real quick. Now, like the Court of Oryx, you have various things that you can summon depending on your SIVA offering. You have like your standard SIVA offering, and then you have your blue SIVA offering, which is better, of course. And then you got your purple SIVA offering, which is like the baddest of the bad. If you can't, you trust me, don't throw in that purple SIVA offering until you got like either a full squad or you guys maxed out at your light level. And you gotta at least bring like 3 people, max light level. And they gotta know what they're doing. That always helps. Because brother, I tried that once with like a full room of, roughly like 340s to 360 once to find out, well, let's do this. Let's find out. Throw it in. I want to see how tough this purple SIVA business is. It's tough, people. It's really tough. I mean, you could have this flaming axe hammer all day long. Let me tell you, it ain't going to do you much good if you die in the first few seconds. And I died a lot in the first few seconds, because they had crazy light level like recommendations, and they were all over the place, like these clusters. It was not a good time. I mean, I love trying, but I don't like failing. And who likes to fail? No one. Also, the fire axe hammers can unleash a fire wave that could like annihilate almost anything in their way with a big napalm like explosion. I'm always for that. But of course, that takes more ammo, so you got to choose when and how to use it. Yeah. Don't try to flaming axe handle. Don't try to flaming axe hammer anything that explodes. Again, not a defensive weapon, those flaming axe hammers. They're all offensive. And I don't mean they stink. I mean they're all like offensive, meaning they attack, no defense. So you don't get any defensive buffs either, like the swords. So that's that. And that is the small, quick preview of the Archon Forge, people. I hope you enjoyed it. And trust me, there's going to be more. There's going to be plenty more. But, of course, you got to focus on the mission, and that's what we're trying to do here. Just take care of the Plaguelands stuff, because this is sort of like your tour, and you want to see what kind of nooks and crannies you're going to get yourself into when you decide to get the Rise of Iron. You guys probably out there already have the Rise of Iron. And you say, hey, you know what, I like this. I want to be entertained for about 20 plus minutes. I got nothing better to do, and I like this game. But I want to see someone who's moderately better to really, really worse, depending on your skill level than me. And I want to be entertained. Watching some guy on the internet try to see how he fares against all this cool and awesome things that want to kill you. Like Invisibos. Yes, those Invisibo Fallens. They tried to knife me up pretty good, but I said, no, here comes a fusion shot and a hand slap. And that's why those Fallens are currently dead, and I am not. Ooh, look at this area. Now, you'll probably remember this at the last tail end of the freaking Rise of Iron single-player storyline. But when you have time to, like, take your time and see... I thought at first that was a SIVA cluster when I first went through that last part of the chapter. But no, that was just part of the architecture, so it fooled me pretty good. Anyway, when you have time to closely look at these things, again, a marvel of, you know, enjoyment and awesome, like, architecture between normal, you know, Earth crap and, you know, otherworldly nano fiber weirdness trying to just take over. Well, technically, the SIVA comes from Earth, and it's just way out of control, but it might as well be from space for as far as I know. All this future crap, it's definitely not like normal stuff. And it looks all weird, and then you try to get it all working on the Fallen stuff, which is actually legit from space, so you know. Oh, okay. Now, here we are. We got the Felwinter's artifact here, which is very handy. No, Timur, excuse me. The Timur artifact. Timur? Timmy! Anyway, that particular artifact is great. One melee slap, even if it's full charge and normally would incinerate a minion of darkness, if you're lucky, it will turn it into a friend. Now, that minion of darkness as a friend has definitely some pluses and minuses. One plus, for example, is the fact that it's extra body to help you take care of things like a full room of fallen SIVA goons that want to murder you up. And, you know, they are accurate, and they will shoot up their former allies as if you were, like, if they were like a guardian. But you could definitely see where things like, ooh, Spicer Key. You could definitely see how something like a one enemy against, like, a whole bunch of the comrades, you kind of see how sometimes that's not as effective, because Bungie, in all their creative awesomeness, created these enemies specifically designed to destroy players, aka Guardians. And so when a Fallen, for example, who gets brainwashed by me to attack other Fallen, they're not quite as effective as me attacking them, because Guardians are multi-purpose. They can attack the minions of darkness and other players, but Fallens, they're designed to attack Guardians / players, but not each other. So what I'm trying to say is that when my brainwashed minion tries to attack other evil minions that are not brainwashed, they're not very effective. In fact, it might be easier if they just threw some spit their way. And hopefully that blinds them in the eyes, so, you know, they fall down a crevasse and die. I don't think I've ever seen any one of my brainwashed minions ever kill any of the minions of darkness. Now, that's not saying that the artifact is completely worthless. On the contrary, it's still very useful, because what they lack in stopping power, they more than make up in distractions. Because the sheer fact that now Fallen is now crazy melee attacking other Fallen, and I can see the game's wheels turning in its own processor, say, how am I processing this? I mean, the player turned one of my attacking things into one of an ally, okay, and it's like attacking me, it's not doing real damage, but it's still distracting. Meanwhile, the other Guardians are shooting me. I don't know which has a priority. Do I attack the thing? Do I attack the players? I don't know what's going on. And all the while, it's like super hilarious to me. It's saying, no, keep trying to not try to figure out what to attack. I'm shooting you guys in the head real easy. Now, again, once they're all dead, then you gotta deal with this. Well, what am I gonna do with this guy? I mean, he's gonna turn evil, because it's temporary, the brainwashing. Unfortunately, I wish it was permanent, so I would have just like a killer, like, hive knight just follow me around wherever you go, just, you know, thunder bombing everything with its grenade launcher. Which, by the way, that still won't work, because they don't really follow. They sort of stand in their area until, like, bam, they get released from your brainwashing, and then they'll attack you. It's less like a helper and more like a sentry. And again, it's not that bad. It's definitely got its points for distraction and sort of like keeping your bases covered from being swarmed by, darn it. I forget what they're called now. Those little hive, like, fast zombie wannabes. But at the end of the day, once everything's dead, they don't move. They move a little bit, but they don't move from the spot. They don't follow you to your next area location, help you kill things there. They just stay there until the brainwash removes, and then they'll attack you. But, once again, showing the genius of Bungie over here, they said, well, since I'm done with this guy, let me see if I could just whack him, preemptively kill him before he turns back. And sure enough, you can. You can whack a melee him, and it's sort of like an on and off switch. You can just turn him back evil, and then you can finish him off. And he'll still be sort of like in a mesmerized stupor, so he won't attack you right away. Hopefully, it'll be nice and easier, because he'll be nice and weak, so he'll go down easy. If he's got more or less his full health, he still might fight. He'll probably get one lucky hit in, but not enough to be a big deal problem. I still like the freaking artifact because it can brainwash an evil minion of darkness to help me out in a fight. That's definitely helped me out in a few clutch moments, but unfortunately it's not as good as I thought it was going to be. But hey, when you deal with games, sometimes your imagination gets the better of you, and when it comes out and seen in live and lively color, the practicality of it, brings you back into focus. But hey, that's just me. It's still good. I still recommend it the next time it comes in rotation if you guys didn't get it. But let's just say it's not going to break the game anytime soon. I'm not quite sure what's it going to do against players. Probably nothing, but hey. The one I'm using right now, I forget what it's called. That's the problem with the Lords of Iron crap. I only know Felwinter and Sally and Jolder. But I don't know anyone else, so, these people's names, they sort of escape me. But I do know the ability. The one Lord of Iron artifact I'm using right now is the one that if you have a full super meter, you could help recharge your friend's super meter by being close. That one's much more useful. It's not, again, really that fast, but it's faster than nothing. And when I run my Song Singer on a res super, which I don't have to use it a lot, then that means my people's AUG can keep the supers up thanks to me. So I'm more. Not only do I have an awesome shooting arm, can't talk, but I only won no talking error today. Haha. Anyway, not only am I helping my good friends at AUG with my shooting arm and my winning personality, but now I can keep their supers up and about like crazy. I love that. And I don't mean Crazy Rabbit, but that's sort of my little joke, because I do say crazy a lot. And now that I know a guy named Crazy Rabbit, I have to make that clarification, otherwise you're going to think, is he talking about Crazy Rabbit or is he talking about crazy things in general? Don't worry, I will let you know. And, I don't know. Am I going to do something awesome, or am I still running around in, are we going to go back to the Archon Forge here? If we are, I'll keep it running for a little bit longer, but if we aren't, I might as well just cut it. Because we're getting almost close to the 30 mark, and that's pretty much a lot of footage, all things considered. Being awesome, I love it, but like I said, gotta keep that content flowing in a nice micromanaging in increments. There we go, in micromanaging increments for the betterment of my lazy behind. Haha. And I guess that's what we're gonna do. You heard me rant, you heard me rave, and of course, watch me help me. You watched me and AUG kill a giant SIVA spider tank, so that's always a plus. So this is the one true only gamer, Boss Bronze, telling you to stay tuned for more running around in Rise of Iron, the Plaguelands, and more awesomeness. Just stay tuned, because we ain't done yet. I ain't done yet. You shouldn't be done yet. I know I'm not done yet. We ain't done yet. For example, if you ain't done with me, and I don't know why, because I'm sort of annoyed. Not really. Want more of my antics? Please see me at Video Game Armada at wordpress.com, or look at us on Google. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course sign up for AUG if you're an Xbox player. They will help you watch your back. We need more people to play these games and have good times and, you know, eat cherry pies. There's no pie in Destiny, but you can make your own pie or buy it at the store. Till next time, take care.